windows are surprisingly hard to break. I was just... I don't really fucking... One of the things I don't get is why these assholes have me under contract and wasting their time or even harassing me. Like... I don't think of Blondie going on about how he's going to steal my glory. I guess that looks like him putting me in prison and then him running off and being like, I'm the big hero, I rape babies and do all the evil stuff, but nobody will ever know. I'm the good guy, I am. And then, the world will love him. And then they'll find out what he is later. It'll be that shit with Army Hammer. Army Hammer, when they found out he was a fucking cannibal. It'll be the same shit with Blondie. He'll fuck up, piss off the church, or somebody close to him will reveal what he really is to the world, and then he'll fucking try to kill him, go crazy, scream, cry, he's the victim. He won't go to prison, he'll be a rich white guy. But, yeah. I think about the last time I made a wish and Anal Eating Mummy God just got super offended, and he was like... The next time I give you a wish, you'd better not say you just want to be left alone. And honestly, I just want to be left alone, okay? I want to live my life. What happened, happened, okay? And, regardless of what I said when I was president, I said I could bring down the church a second time. Yes. If the world was in a natural state, and I'm going to talk about this, if the world was in a natural state, if I wasn't under a contract... I could easily go get a lawyer, explain to them what happened, and then take down the church a second time. Okay. Or maybe some random chance. I will hold this oath. If somebody takes me to court, I will take that as a sign the universe is telling me to do it, and I'll do it. I do not care. And I don't want to say I don't want to care. It's fucked. Okay? Because, keep them fighting one hand behind their back. It is my nature not to even care to try when I know the game is rigged. And I remember explaining this to Anal Eating Mummy God, and he just kept telling me, it's not rigged, stop saying it's rigged, it's not rigged, it's not! And he started getting pissed. And I was like, when you cut the cards so that your emotionally stunted retard can win, your emotionally stunted retard is gonna win every fucking hand. Because he's an emotionally stunted retard that's being backed by billions of dollars in the church. And I just remember this fury and hatred that leaked out of this guy as I explained that all these things, and even Blondie, I remember this, Blondie was like, the problem with everybody that ends up in human trafficking, this is something Blondie stated about human trafficking, is none of them stand up for themselves. And I was like, Houston Jones stood up for himself, and now you guys force him to hurt himself on YouTube all the fucking time. He stood up for himself. He took you to court. Well, he didn't win. Okay, but he stood up for himself. If you're going to say, oh, if you stand up for yourself, we'll leave you alone, and maybe that's what I should wish for. I'd be like, if somebody stands up to you fucking retards, tell you to fuck off, you fuck off, okay? You fuck the fuck off. You don't start poisoning them with heavy metal. I'm going to get what I want. I think like a baboon. I switch my conscious and unconscious minds. Now I'm a caveman. If somebody gets close to my women, and this is another... I guess I can get into this real quick. I was thinking about doing it. It's not enough information. Narcissistic projection in dating. This happened with Stu over Witchy Poo, where he kept assuming I wanted to date Amanda, and it's because he's insecure. If you ever find yourself trying to murder somebody over a girl, you're insecure. Okay, that is what you're doing. That is what you are proving to the world. That's what you're putting out. You're insecure. Same shit happened with Officer Fred at the Wendy's when I was talking to the Miranda chick. He started getting pissed off, and then he literally pulled me over at gunpoint, and he had his gun, poking me in the head, and I was fucking ignoring him because he's an imbecile and a child, and he's like, there's this guy, and he likes the girl I like, and I like it, and we're competing to see who wins. And I was like, okay, then whoever wins the competition wins. And he's like, no, because I'm going to shoot him in the head. I'm so insecure. I was raped in the ass. I use only the subconscious brain. I don't think ever. This is a baboon's logic. And here's the thing. I don't like skinny chicks. And these retards just kept saying, I like skinny chicks because they're that insecure. Okay? And they kept projecting the way they felt onto me. Oh, you're scared. You have a gun pointed at me and I'm literally talking to you calmly. Do I look scared? Are you that stupid? But here's the thing, they can't read human emotions. So yes, in his brain, I'm the scared one when he's fucking terrified. Because he's projecting. This just... It agitates me to no fucking end. And even, I was thinking about it, like... Let's just roll into this. Blondie's like, if you turn yourself in... If you commit a crime, first I gotta do a felony. And then... You... I don't... Like, you go to court, because that's the only way I can go to court, because I don't know how to go to court, and everybody I've asked, everybody around here, I was like, can you file a legal complaint against me? Can I do something? And you just fucking help me? No, nobody's gonna fucking help me. No, we don't want you to go to court. Fuck you, dude. Take me to fucking court, you stupid asshole. And I think about this shit, they had that old guy that fucking robbed a bank. Okay. He robbed a fucking bank because he just wanted to go to prison. Like, why the fuck not? Like, because he needed dental work. He just needed fucking help, and nobody fucking helped him. And this feeds into their retarded philosophy. If you don't help people, it's a good thing. When you don't help people, it compromises their morals, and then they act out. And they start acting neurotic and weird. And this shit fed into this stupid motherfuckers, dealing with these stupid motherfuckers because they're neurotic and weird and people don't like them and they go, oh, they do like me, they're jealous. No, you're neurotic and weird. When I'm doing this, that's what people see when they look at you. That is what they see regardless of how much heavy metal you poison them with, okay? Oh no. And you just... What the fuck is wrong with you? Even Blondie did that at Papa John's. He freaked out. And I just remember laughing because I just thought it was funny. Because little kids do that when they get caught. You're not supposed to be a full-grown man and do that when you get caught. Okay? Like, I don't know. But yeah, Blondie's whole retarded shit. You're gonna commit a crime? You're gonna put yourself in prison? Like, I called the fucking FBI to turn my fucking self in and they didn't fucking arrest me. Okay? And it's because Blondie lied. Like, the other part, this is rigged because, once again, he lied. And then he tried to hypnotize me. This is how you know. And I remember one of the wives was like, oh no, he wants you to win. If Blondie wanted me to win, he would have just hypnotized me to know how to do this shit. He would have hypnotized me to be good at court. The fact that he was kneecapping tells you he's full of shit and nobody should ever fucking listen to him or believe a goddamn word he fucking says. I certainly don't. And he was going on, he was like, okay, dude, I remember this. He came in and he was like, there's this guy and I've kind of got him killed. He's a really good dude. He tried to turn in a human trafficking ring. And I want his glory for myself because I want the external validation because my dad doesn't love me and that's a part of my religion. We put that in there as our religion. I love my religion. I want to keep doing this to people. Quit being retarded. Stop it. Just fucking stop it. Quit being retarded. Okay? And fucking all of his bullshit, and he's like, you know, you turn yourself in, and then he was like, we'll give you $4 billion. And I was like, Blondie, money doesn't fix shit like that. And secondly, when you give people money, you kill them. And then he was like, we do, but this will be different. And I don't know why this plays in my head now. Him doing that, him being disingenuous, lying, and then doing the opposite. And this is what happens when you're both devil and the god. You act chaotically, and then you're like, I'm so mysterious. And then you're like, you're a fucking imbecile, dude. The only thing that happens with that is people don't fucking trust you. Okay, dumbass. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't... The whole Nietzsche, morals are a cage. Morals are a cage in fucked up situations, like when you're locked in a fucking room and you have to eat another person to survive and one of you has to kill the other person or else you're going to be dead. Okay? But we live in society where things don't have to work that way. And this shit feeds into... I remember Blondie going on about, you're soft, you're trying to help people. Oh, he's trying to help people. He's so fucking soft. And I was just, go away. And he was like, no, I'm hard. That's why I'm easily offended and get upset and want to kill people. And I'm totally insecure about everything. And you're just, look at me. If you are a member of this church, this is the father-son church talk you never got as a kid. You're not a man if you're insecure. If you walk around going, you're not a man. You're a child. You're an angry child that has discovered if he kills people, he can kind of get what he wants, but not really. Because here's the truth, and I remember this with Blondie and everybody else. They go, Stockholm Syndrome doesn't exist. Stockholm Syndrome is the only way these people can get wives, because they're that horrible as human beings. The only way, and this was a thing, this isn't a joke, when the FBI was talking to me, they explained to me every wife in this cult experienced Stockholm Syndrome and mistook it for genuine love. Yes, they were absolutely terrified of getting murdered by their spouse or murdered by the church, that they created in their minds because they are so deeply hurt that they were like, this is what love is. It's a constant threat of death. And I remember the FBI talking about that. And they explained, when they were explaining it to me, I was just, how can you be that fucked up and stupid? But then I talked to Blondie and he literally tells me, drinking heavy metals is good for you. We're helping. We're making you stupid. I'm so neurotic and weird. Nobody likes me, but I think they're jealous and that's why they're mean. And you're great. Fucking great. Like, okay, good. Heavy metals is good for you. But weirdly, God himself didn't put that in you. You put that in you. Drinking the devil's poison, are you? And then trying to tell me it's from God. Okay. Then the other part, too, like, yeah, they're neurotic and fucking weird, too. They don't recognize actual psychological syndromes. They refuse to admit Stockholm Syndrome's a real thing. And I remember this shit even with Gannon, that was like, it's not a thing. Even the wives, even when I was president, even the wives, when I started talking about Stockholm Syndrome, and there was some asshole up there, he had a phone. I wasn't allowed to have a phone. I had a phone. You have to do everything with this rotary phone, and you have to make all your calls with the rotary phone or whatever, but like, I also had a cell phone that I would use when they turned the cameras off, and I would just bullshit. And it wasn't my cell phone, it was somebody else's cell phone, but like I just fucked around with it when I was president, because why not? Because it's all bullshit. It's all fake. It's all like, the people that eat that shit up, they have the most heavy, they have like 90% metal brains and 2% 2 cells to think with. These assholes, these fucking assholes, like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so they're neurotic and weird. They don't believe in psychological syndromes. And they tell you having a chaotic mind is the best way to be. You should be in a constant state of schizoassociative or psychosis. The word is psychosis. You should be psychotic all the time, which is why you're neurotic and weird, and people think you're weird. They're not jealous, they just think you're fucking weird. And they can't tell you, because there's a thing called decency, where you're just nice to people, and instead of saying they're fucking weird, you go, oh, bless his heart. Like, dude, like, yeah. When you find yourself at war with actual experts, and this shit even fed into Blondie, who was at war with the FBI and their findings, and just... Blondie, like, anyways, I keep going back to it and then coming off of it. I remember him being like, $4 billion. I was like, the money you owe me. And he's like, all you gotta do is what we want you to, and act the way we want you to, and do all the things we want. I was like, no. And he was like, why? And I was like, because you're going to make me do something horrible, or you're going to make me do something stupid, or you're going to lie and trick me into doing something that is just idiotic. And then he was like, no, 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 no. I was like, you're antisocial, manipulative, and controlling, dude. That's who you are. You're a horrible person. I'm not horrible. I'm not horrible. Good and bad is subjective. Therefore, I can do all the bad things and be a good guy. And like I said, he had a wife call me and it was like, he's not a bad, he has to. And then she was like, look, please. She was like, just, Bobby, listen. He has to act this way because of the church. And I was like, don't care. And then she was like, no, what he's doing to you. And she was like, he doesn't actually. And I was, look, this is a fact. And I always go with what I know, not what some lady that's like, I go by my emotions. And it's not genuine. Lady, you're one already poisoned with heavy metals because you can't tell that he's disingenuine. You cannot tell that he's lying. But here's how you know for a fact he is lying. They split your conscious and subconscious minds. His subconscious doesn't have guilt or remorse. He cannot feel guilt or remorse about what he did. That means he can't divisively decide what is the right and wrong thing. That is why right and wrong in his brain is subjective, because he is not capable of discerning right from wrong. Poisoning people with heavy metals is good for him. That's why it's called poisoning, a thing that's bad. Now, this is how you know he's full of shit, okay? Because when you don't have guilt or remorse, he doesn't feel bad about anything he does, okay? The only way to get him to do the right thing would be to hold him at gunpoint and force him to do the right thing. Because he's not gonna. He'll do the wrong thing and then scream it's the right thing. Okay? This, I don't even, if it's Mary Bowberry or who knows, the rich wife could be, dude, I think I may have even had sex with actresses when I was out there. So Blondie might just be hoarding one of the actresses. Like, for the life of me, like, and I remember him going on, it's just, dude, yes, I want to do the right thing, but these guys muddy the water so much, you can't really tell what the right thing is. Yeah, I want my fair day in court. Yeah, I want control of my life. Like, and I don't even care. Like, dude, I said it to Blondie because I was like, I told him, I was like, Blondie, even if you gave me the check, I wouldn't accept it. And I remember this look of horror on his face as I told him I wouldn't accept the check. And he was like, why? I was like, because you'll shoot me in that. No, we won't. I was like, I don't care. I was like, give me a wife. I was like, and we got into a fight even about the wife. I was like, look, dude, inevitably what's going to happen is they're going to select a dumb bitch and send her out. Like, this is the best case scenario. They're gonna send this fucking disgusting creature out, and it will be a fucking disgusting creature from the church that'll be my ball and chain to ruin my life eternally, and to make sure I never achieve greatness of any kind, because the church is just going to keep stealing it anyways and giving it to the crackers, because they're worthless crackers. They didn't earn anything. They didn't do anything special. They're not unique in any fucking regard outside of they have really fucked up minds. And they're imbeciles. The worst part is they're fucking imbeciles, and they think they need to be in control. Holy shit, dude. Fuck me. Yeah. And dude, and like, even when I get into that shit, like, yeah, some dumb bitch, like, dude, like I said, I'll literally just fucking kill myself. Like, I won't even, I'll just give me the gun, bang. I don't give a fuck, because I am that far removed from all this shit. Yes, in a natural world, a world that would be natural, okay, like, I would have legal representation. I wouldn't have to do something stupid to try to get legal fucking help. I wouldn't have to act out and do dumb shit, like, fucking, the fact, dude, I just, whatever, man. Yeah.